Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting movie review here on Sell Me a Movie, a section of Cavalier Studios' YouTube channel where we discuss films that are either out in the theaters today, streaming, or where you can watch at home or may own it. Now today we'll be discussing Night Swim, which is produced by James Wan, the more favorable of all horror directors, writers, producers. Night Swim is one of the, I would say, subcategories when it comes to the Blumhouse movie category, or I want to say film directory, just because of the fact that, it's not one of the more famous films like Halloween, like Purge, or even Insidious. So let's go ahead and talk Night Swim.
Hello there, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and children.
Now, if you're not familiar with this film, Night Swim actually came out a few weeks ago. I just haven't had the time, or let's face it, it does have to deal with a little bit of laziness in wanting to do the actual review. Just a lot of things going on, so I just haven't really had the encouragement to actually do it, unfortunately. But here we are today. Now, Night Swim does showcase Wyatt Russell, who does play Ray Waller, who was a former baseball player, but due to suffering from MS, he is trying to work his way back to recovery, essentially. During this time period, him and his family go on a little house hunting spree to kind of get him away from all the craziness of the baseball field, the baseball lifestyle, and more at-home lifestyle. Now, what this film does show is a little bit in the trailer. You see somebody swim, and because of this, some things happen, like spiritual or supernatural that encounters. It's very horror aesthetic in that way. But overall, though, I feel like this film had a lot going for it in certain categories or in certain circumstances. But overall, it does, in my opinion, flop at the very end. Now, the family dynamic throughout the film is very strong, very good, but in a way is very predictable as well, where you kind of saw things going and kind of already knew where it was heading to. The ending is very cliche in a way of a typical trope that always happens in horror movies. Like I said, Night Swim, it's honestly a good film to watch in the background, or if you've just seen it once. But overall, though, in my personal opinion, it's nothing too rushed to the theater about. When it comes to the, of course, aesthetic of it, the cinematography, it was done gorgeously, I want to say. But then again, there were some sequences that was very mild and very average. But if you're going for a film to get a little bit of a jump scare, then it does very well on that. James Wan, of course, delivers on a film that he helps produce in that manner. But overall, though, like I said, the story was very average, very okay. There wasn't anything that sets it apart from any other horror movies that may be out there, other than the fact that it takes place in a pool. No characters were really annoying in this film either. But overall, like I said, the film itself, it may have had things going for it, but when it did, it kind of flopped in a way. Does it leave it up for a sequel? Yes and no. Majority of it, no. Only because of the fact that it kind of ends with a downer, I guess. On IMDb, it does have 4.8 out of 10. I feel like that is honestly a good rating for it. I would agree with that rating because, again, it's not one to rush out to the theaters about. If you want a good jump scare movie, you may want to watch this. Go for it. I encourage it. But for a film that you can go back to and enjoy over and over again, it's just not that. There's nothing that sets it apart from any horror movies, really. But that's my, again, own personal opinion. If you guys did see it, though, am I just overthinking it? What are your thoughts on it? Go ahead and leave your comments down below. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to or like us on all social platforms. There is a merchandise link down below. Be sure to click on that to help support the channel, and we'll see you guys next time for the next review.